have to look basically at the legal route.
Yes.
You have to look at the lobby route.
Yes.
We have to look at the protest route, and we have to look
campaign.
at and the spiritual route.
Yes.
You see, because you see, because now this thing needs a lot of
Anything
of prayer
that will work.
Yeah. all the pastors, all the imams, all the all the third ones, they really have to come up with
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much on that. Let me just take this opportunity to throw light on your submission. We, the Organization for Good Governance, we are registered NGO. We are registered in Nigeria, we are registered in South Africa. We have a bank account in South Africa, and should we want to pursue the legal route and also put resources in place to look for the people, the lobbyists that we can send, because I still believe using the right approach is the best way to go. It's not a matter of 10 people, we put our head together and go to Nigeria, we're looking for the office of whoever. There are people who already know which door to knock to sit in front of this person. All we need to do is have resources, and we say, please, this is what we want to put forward. How do we get there? Can you hold our guy's hand? So we can say we send 2 delegates, 3 delegates, they go to him, he hold their hand, he holds the meeting, cameras is there. So you're not going to come back and tell me, oh, you were there, the guy said he's sleeping. We film everything, so the people who fund us, even if with their 10 rand, they should see that we're using that money towards the right reason.
Yes.
And the result is imminent.
Yeah, that's correct, because like the PDP chairman mentioned,
Yes.
Jay, that's like already we have INEC. Said that INEC mentioned that they are
ready, yes.
So what it means is that whatever effort we put now, at least other diasporans will see that this is a movement in the right direction, and they will be more willing to contribute.
That's right.
So the most important thing is to start from somewhere. And one of the benefits of diaspora voting is that it's going to reduce voter apathy. Because even politicians themselves are complaining that, especially the younger generation, they are no longer interested in political matters, not to talk of voting. And if you look at the case, if you take Turkey as a case study,
yes,
when President Erdogan introduced diaspora voting in 2005, the next election, the number of people that participated in voting increased to 50% from 19.8% or so. So what it means is that people at home will now be more willing to participate, because otherwise diasporans are going to influence the decision with their own votes. So this whole thing is good for everyone.
So in other words, you're saying it's like a child who is living alone, and he say, I don't want to eat, I don't want to eat. Then you bring another child. Now when he sees that child wants to eat.
Exactly. People at home, we know that.
Have more appetite to eat.
If you like, go and collect money from that politician. It doesn't mean he's going to win.
That's
because diasporas are going to vote.
So we can really change the game.
We can change the game.
We can change the game.
Game changer.
And that's what some politicians are afraid of.
Yes.
Because after sharing money, you still are not sure that you are going to win this election. Because diasporans will sit there and look at this guy and say, but how can this kind of person be saying he wants to be a governor or senator?
And nobody competes with him.
Exactly.
There's an area when we looked at it, you have your National Assembly, you have your local, your state assembly, you have the governorship, you have the presidential. So INEC has said that they were ready, not for everything.
Yeah,
the presidential and some of the
they say starting point.
I wanted to make that clear.
Yes,
Before somebody from a local government chairman say that's voting one local government chairman election. So we want to start from the presidential election first of all.
National.
And then we take it from there to states and see how they flow.
No, we should be able to vote for the
presidential,
Senatorial
and the National Assembly.
Yes.
Because it's
National
together.
Assembly.
Yes.
Yes.
So
Thank
we
you
should be
very
able
much.
to take part in that.
Thank you very much. The next phase of this debate will be the common excuses that I believe that they have always used, which we've touched on it a bit. I believe that the government would want to say the cost, which we've mentioned, and the infrastructure to implement. I want us to give a suggestion so that our viewers will also know that we're not just thinking diaspora voting without thinking how are they going to do it. So you've mentioned that INEC said they're ready. We don't know what they mean by they're ready. What is the structure they're possibly going to implement? Can the lady in our midst please throw light on how do you think the government can implement it? Because because of the kind of people we have in power, we believe that they are a bit limited in knowledge. They must pardon me for that because we see a lot of things that are going on. They are very funny. They are ridiculous. So now help us tell them that diaspora voting is possible. We're not just dreamers. It's possible because we think if you do X, Y, Z, it can be a walk in the park. The question we're going into is the question number 2. A common question, a common reason why we believe that the government and the people in power are likely going to use as an excuse for not giving thumbs up to diaspora voting, which is possibly the cost, the money that it will cost the government and the infrastructures which is required for these processes to be conducted successfully, and also to block the avenue for interference by external body. So yes, can you please throw light on that so that they know that we're not just talking, but we have it all figured out? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for that question. I think our government need to be educated.
Yes.
I think they lack the knowledge of what it takes to implement diaspora voting.
Okay.
I think they need to be educated and they need to know the important why it is very important. I personally feel less in Nigeria and I feel that my civic and democratic rights is being played with. So I think they lack the knowledge of what it takes to for diaspora voting. So I personally think our government need to be educated.
Yes.
People on top, we need to tell them the importance. If other countries are able to do this thing, I think Nigeria has the funding, they have the capacity to do that.
Thank
so
you.
I think we should educate them more.
Thank you very much. Okay. PDP
okay.
chairman, please, can you
Thank you.
elaborate?
Yes. First of all, we mentioned to the INEC, and
Yes.
this is obvious. Our democracy is being strengthened. We've made mistakes. We are correcting it.
Yes.
Diaspora voting, the first one, there will be mistakes,
That's right.
and we will correct it.
Yes.
We've told INEC, go and implement, look at the countries. You have seen they've made their visibility, they've made their studies, and implement. We know Nigerians are very vicious. We can be very difficult people to organize, and we know some of these things. We are not saying the first diaspora voting is going to be perfect. There will be mistakes.
Yes.
And we are allowed for INEC to make small mistakes.
Yes.
And the next one will be better and so on. But having looked at that, we suggested, because when you look at the whole world, Nigerians are everywhere. And if you say there's a right, there are places where the embassies are far to people, or Nigeria representation is very few, and it will not be conducive to set up all those systems.
Yes.
And for people to travel to where to vote. Those kind of things we do understand.
Mm.
And so we suggested they understand how they can put a central zone and people will be informed timely and given time where to register and vote. And I keep saying if the VBN was very successful, they've not given us the official record, but for us, we saw it's very successful.
Yeah.
But mind
So
you,
far, so good.
Yeah.
we're in a developed city. There are some countries that are not as developed. We don't know how the BVN went. But if smaller countries can do it, obviously the government is not going to give us all the data. So we know that they can do it. We know for sure, and we don't want those excuses. But we know there will be difficulties, minor difficulties here and there. For the funding, INEC is saying they're just waiting. They have done their feasibility studies, they know how much it will cost, and they can give it effectively without any doubt. They have the manpower, they have what it takes, and they can have a very good diaspora vote. Remember, in most countries, diaspora voting does not happen with the main election in that country. So it can happen before, and you can correct some of the mistakes, and our voice will be heard, and we will sleep well and we'll be proud.
Thank you very much.
Very, very important, because you mentioned the issue of funding. As Chairman said, INEC said they are ready. Why are we concerning ourselves with that? What should be our goal now is the National Assembly and the Presidency to agree that we must vote. INEC is ready, so it shouldn't be our problem. So that one is not our problem.
Yes.
But to give the INEC chance to conduct the election, INEC is ready.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I think you had it from the horse's mouth, and then in order to support that decision or that recommendation, I would say even the embassies can be a good channel, which can be a starting point where we compare everybody who is willing to vote in diaspora. Go to the nearest embassy to you. As far as that has itself solved the issues of you being stranded because your passport is expired, it's as easy as giving you the opportunity or the platform for you to exercise your right.
In applying for passport,
Yes.
you recall that the Nigerian mission in South Africa
Yes.
set up satellites, because the ambassador of Nigeria in South Africa
Yes.
is the same ambassador with concurrent ambassadorial power to the Kingdom of Lesotho, Swaziland, and Botswana. So, and they
That is
do
a
go to all these
practical
countries
example.
to conduct
The same
passport
issuing.
So, that same way, we can set up days where the team that will come from Nigeria to come and conduct diaspora voting can set, 2 days intervals in all these countries.
Yes.
To conduct, the diaspora voting. You conduct the one in Botswana,
Verify
you conduct
and
the one in
accept it,
Lesotho,
endorse
you
it.
conduct the one in Swaziland. Then there will be a day for you to conduct the one in Johannesburg with all the adjoining provinces, and the one in Cape Town.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because we have a mission in Cape Town.
That's right.
So this can, I don't really see
They are left
any.
with no excuse.
I don't see the budget,
They are
the
left with
funding.
no excuse.
No
It's just,
excuse.
it's
Yes.
just a lame excuse.
Yes.
If a country like
It's a lame
Rwanda,
excuse.
Mali,
Then what are we
That
talking
lives
about?
on AIDS.
and Ghana,
And
What are we
they
talking
live-
about?
it's a disgrace for
Yes.
Nigeria to say they can't.
Yes.
It's a disgrace.
Then another way to look at the topic or the subject is that if the passports that they issue in diasporas are endorsed and authenticated and accepted as legitimate and authentic, then what are we talking
Why are
about?
they afraid?
Because the passport has more value
Security.
than yeah.
We can even use that to vote. We don't need.
So if the
We don't
passport
even
that
need-
is
we don't
issued
even
in
need,
South Africa is
voter card.
accepted as a
Yeah.
valid document
Yeah.
without any fear of say it could be fake, then what are we talking about?
Yeah. We can
Then
come
it's
with
as
your
easy
passport,
as
it will be
issuing
signed,
me
it
a
will be stamped.
passport.
Yeah.
It's as easy as issuing me a passport.
Yes.
Yes. So I think this has actually answered the question of whatever excuse the government has to continue to disenfranchise us from this fundamental right to vote.
Even at one discussion,
Yes.
someone even offered that, okay, give us voters registration first
Yes.
under this election.
Yes.
Let's
So
start
we
from
don't
there.
even have to go
Then
to
we don't mind.
Yes.
We go there. And
afterwards.
let's start
yes.
from
the
there.
voters
Yes.
registration, give us in the mission. Let's go and get this card and register. And it's a way to pull them closer.
Yes.
Yeah.
But in any
Let's
way,
take
when
a
you are
step.
fighting for something, you can take what you get first.
Yeah.
So,
One
but,
step at a time.
Yeah, it's just. But we want diaspora voting. We want diaspora involvement, representation,
Yes.
and I think we deserve it.
We deserve
We
it.
do deserve it.
Thank you very much. I mean, our viewers, I believe that you are satisfied with the submission and the suggestion. and I believe that should this video reach the right desk, please pay attention to this. Nigeria can become a 21st century with this simple puzzle if it's being resolved, because the Nigerians in diaspora are rich with knowledge. We're not coming to Nigeria to take your position. You can still be the local government chairman, but we will help you to deliver your responsibility better, and the people in your community will respect you for doing a good job.